to 1002 days of Star Rail. Jeepers. Is 1002 days. Someone commented on my 1000 day special that I should do like account review, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should be doing that, and that's what I'll be doing now. So 1000 days have passed. The 2 extra days didn't really matter. What have I gotten throughout my entire free to play life of this game, of Star Rail? And what I use, what I don't use, what I wish I never had, a lot of stuff, right? Though, okay, some of the, okay, how do I say this? I favorite almost every character that I do use, so it's a bit of a mess. But let's start. I don't know how to start this. There's 2 character 5-star here, Blade and Bailu. I just got them very late in the years, so there's not really a chance for me to use them, and therefore I didn't use them. Especially Blade, because since now Blade you can be added to the potential 50-50 loss. I got him as one of my 50-50 losses. So unfortunate. Bailu, I had other sustain, which I'm going to talk a lot, but I don't see any value Bailu provide that my current sustain can't, right? I believe I have every E6 of 4-star character, maybe like except like 1. So we have Mose, and I don't use Mose. I should be using Mose for like follow up, but I think I have other stuff for follow up also, so I don't really use. Arlen, I really wish I can use more, but the self HP reduction just does not provide enough buff for Arlen to be used much. Hook is Hook, is Hook. The 4-star Danghen, still I use pretty decent amount early on. Very great single target damage. That's about it though. Yukong, I think this is like one of the later few, because for a long while they just stopped providing Yukong in banner. So I got like her Eidolon like very late. I was initially like, yo, Yukong is like basically a free version of Bronya, where they provide the crit buff, but it is so finicky to use her. I just barely use her after her Lord had the build. Links. So one special thing about my account is that I love, for some reason, not for some reason, there's a obvious reason, but I love Quantum. So I have every Quantum character. I also coincidentally have every Hunt character. So obviously when Links come out, I'm like, I have to get Links, right? Links also been used quite a bit when she came out. I believe she came out at the same time as Fu Xuan, if I'm not mistaken. Either one patch before or the same patch as Fu Xuan. But Links did carry through me for certain MOC back then. Very, very good. Obviously now I don't use her because I have other sustain. Sui, I really wanted to use her a lot, being again a Quantum character, but her break mechanic was not really that powerful. Especially now. I feel like now it's even worse since everyone's toughness is like so much higher, right? I don't know. Ting Yun was very powerful early on. Very powerful. Even I feel like she can still be powerful now. If you have a hyper carry, bring a lot of energy, bring a lot of buff. Again, I just have other people to use. I don't have Misha E6. Misha is one of those characters that I thought I would be using a lot, but turned out I didn't. I feel like the idea of stacking the passive and unleashing it all in one go sounds like a very cool idea. And the fact that he's an ice character and able to like freeze people, I'm like, yo, the freeze meta is gonna be big. I think he's the last character that have the freeze mechanic implemented. Unfortunate. But surprisingly, I didn't get E6. Asta is Asta. So it's Natasha. I feel like everyone would have Asta and Natasha. It's the staple for most comp. Luca is a decent entry to like bleed comp, or yeah, just basically dot. I use him quite a bit, but not quite a bit. Like if I ever need a single target and I just want to do bleed comp too, I just use Luca. But obviously don't. All the 4-star I barely use. I think only I use Galanger in terms of 4-star. Sushang, again, decent early, but soon fell off quite a bit. Hanya also didn't get E6. Hanya is an alright support. I can see use case of having her. Honestly, I should be trying to use her along with like Archer. I feel like my Archer is like very need more skill point. A skill point generator is always lovely to have, but the buff is not good enough. It's not good enough. But then again, I didn't really unlock her full potential, so I could try her. Okay, here's the first 5-star that I have built, because Yanqing was my first 5-star character, gathered from the beginner pool, the beginner banner. And in fact, my beginner banner is still there because I got early. Voila. So I'm reluctant to use the last pool because I don't think it's needed. Even if I did get any of the 5-star character, it's like I don't use them. The only useful one is potentially getting the light cone, but again, it's not really needed. I just saved like 2 pass. Yanqing was the first one that I got, and I'll be honest, did help me a lot in the early game, but holy damn, the more I play and the more I use Yanqing, the more I realize how bad he is comparative to other 5-star at the time. And there's so many dumb mechanic, the restriction on his kit that is so infuriating to play with, like how you need to maintain the passive and make sure that Yanqing will never get hit, while all the enemy these days do AoE or blast at most. It's near impossible. You need to have a shielder to completely protect his HP, and even now, obviously being a beginner launch character, his damage is not that good. And I just hate Yanqing. I just come because of the kid, I translate the hatred to his character, which is funny because almost early on, his character in the story also just constantly getting beaten up. He's fine as a character, but I hate him with a passion. QQ. Being Quantum, I was honestly thinking of having QQ as my main, like a main team that I'm gonna use forever, right? her entire gambling mechanic, I feel like can go a long way. Not really turned out in the end, but the gambling mechanic is still fun, especially how they do in Currency War. Claire got E6. Funny enough, the reason I'm gonna jump straight ahead because let's say I have E1 Fu Xuan, right? Fu Xuan early on at one point, like I think like 1.4 or 1.5 when Fu Xuan released, I'm like quantum preservation. I have to get it, right? I do not. This is my first 5-star sustain unit, and I'm like, do not blow. I need to get Fu Xuan, and I did. I'm like, yeah, nice, got Fu Xuan. But then in the same patch banner, it also have QQ. At that time, I'm thinking to myself, hey, I probably just want to continue pulling, just so that I can get like, I think I want to get like E4 QQ at the time, right? I'm like, man, I should try pulling more so that I can get more QQ. And so I pull. I think like I got like 20. No. I remember this is a big moment. This in fact was even the trailer to my channel. I did another 10 pull after gotten Fu Xuan, and guess what I got? Another Fu Xuan. So that's why I got E1 Fu Xuan, just by wanting to pull for QQ. I was like, and turned out that I still need more 4-star characters, so I continue pulling. Didn't get much. I just built PT. No, I don't remember whether I actually did got QQ, but it's kind of funny. And because I got E1, this is my first E1 unit too. I'm like, I have to get a Lycone too, right? Luckily, I did have spare Jade, so I'm like, fuck it, spend it all on Lycone. I lost the 75-25, right? The 50-50 for Fu Xuan, able to get both time. Lycone wise, horrendous. In fact, here's the thing, I believe I never lost 50-50 since the start of the game all the way till I think mid of Penacony. The entire I think at the start of Penacony, not mid. The entire 1.x version, I never lost 50-50, right? I'm like insane. Back then I called myself like the best free-to-play player. I never lost it, right? And I got like what? And it's not like I draw one time and then never draw again. No, I constantly get like at least 8 character. I'm not sure is it more. So long ago, it's literally 3 years ago. But I'm like, yo, never lost 50-50. That's why I have a lot of Jade saved up too. So I'm like, never lost 50-50. Might as well pull a Lycone, right? Lost the 75-25, which is insane. Had to hard PT again to guarantee myself the Lycone. Turned out very good Lycone. Help out a lot in back then simulated universe, where I'm trying to go for high difficulty. Kinda scam, because a lot of time after that one character Akron come out, and I do have Akron come out, also got the signature Lycone. I think everyone got the Akron. It's the anniversary character, right? It makes sense to get Akron and her Lycone. But when Akron come out, she obviously won a lot of debuffer, someone that can inflict debuff. And so one very common thing is that you put Fu Xuan or any sustain, any preservation, with the Topaz Lycone, the IPC Lycone, this one, just because it can provide a burn, which is a debuff. Obviously, buffing that Lycone buff Akron a lot. It's very much a big boost. So half the time when I use Archon with Fushen, I just don't use her signature light code, which is like, come on, it's kind of scam. Whatever. Most of the time, I still use it. It's pretty good. Very good. Where was I? Right, QQ. Shampoo. Launch character. I think every launch character I got have E6. So Shampoo, I mean, big on dot team. Big. Especially when Black Swan was out. His skill that can trigger Black Swan passive, which is able to increase more Arcana stack. Very good. Very use him for a decent while for dot team. So Val, on the other hand, had used like in and off. Right, early on for lightning carry, I will use her. Then some time when I need extra dot and it's like lightning weakness, will bring Serval in also. But obviously soon I don't use her much anymore. I wish there's a upgraded version of Serval. But alas. Pella is still pretty good, I believe. It's just a very good damage threat. I mean armor threat. I would still could understand if people still use Pella. Very good. Freeze also. There's nothing to complain. But I don't use her because I have other characters. And lastly, I think almost lastly for 4-star, Queen Iphone also was used for my dot team. But I already have Kafka and Black Swan, so there's like already 2 members for the dot team. I need a sustain, so at that time I think I got Ho-Ho. So I only have 1 other character left to put in. So it's always a mix between Queen Iphone or Shampoo, right? Depending on the element. Sometime I'm like, maybe let me try without Ho-Ho and just go full Shampoo and Queen Iphone. Don't generally turn out to be good, but I do use Queen Iphone for a while. But unfortunately, I have other character now. It's a bit sad because it's not that I don't use them a lot, it's that dot fell off until Hyselin came back, which then I might as well use Hyselin, Black Swan and Kafka, right? I have E4 Welt. Why do I have E4 Welt? I don't know. I just do. I think most of my 50-50 loss has been Welt. That's why I'm getting Welt. Which is honestly not that bad. I would try to get E6 Welt. Then the more Welt I get, the more of the special currency I can get for choosing a 5-star character. And I do wish to use more Welt. I feel like Welt is very unique in terms of like able to delay enemy and seeing the potential what his true power can be in like currency war make me like, wow, I want to try out Welt. Potentially, maybe, right? In fact, I even got so much Welt that I have 2 Welt like code. Why? I don't want to superimpose because I feel like the power, the effect is by itself is pretty good, so I might as well use 2 characters to have it. But yeah, I have a lot of Welt. So E-Burst, Doctor Ratio is free. Back on like the last patch, like 1.8, is free. You should get, if you're playing at that time, you should have Doctor Ratio. Therefore, I didn't really pull at all on his banner. The use him was pretty good when he released. But again, I feel like the endgame meta slowly unfavored single target and more like at least you should be able to do some sort of AoE. Right? So be finicky with Doctor Ratio because you need to put debuff on the enemy, but I make it use early on. Jingyuan, the second character after Zilla for starting launch, 1.0 character. I got Zilla early. Try my luck for Jingyuan because I got a hunt. Might as well try for erudition. I did get it. Issue wise, Jingyuan is just kind of fall off a lot. I try a lot to have Jingyuan work. Just can't. Not say can't. It's more like I did successfully use Jingyuan for a good while. When power creeping in, I see myself using less and less Jingyuan, and when I do think that wow, look at all this like support that can help Jingyuan out, it doesn't really make me able to have Jingyuan clear much of the end game. Who knows? Maybe I need to get her his initial icon to make it useful. Right. Japan also E1 got lost 50-50 twice. Actually no, I'm not, sorry. I don't think I lost 50-50 on Japan. The E1 I think I got them from the standard banner. So it's not really much. Really lost. And I got Japan very late down the line. I think like on the second year onward. I don't need another preservation sustain because by the time I got Japan, I already have Ho and Fuxuan, and my Fuxuan is goated as fuck. So of course I'm using Fuxuan forever. But Ho able to sustain me for a good while too, also very good as a sustain. So I never see myself using Japan. I guess I do understand the use case of like having a shielder instead of a healer. For example, Yanqing, and to not get one-shotted by the boss. But the shielding provided or the rate to apply on the shield for Japan is not that well, because you need to use it during ultimate time, right? So didn't really get much use case out of Japan. Clara, I really want to use more Clara, right? I also got her signature icon by chance. I'm like, I really want to try using more Clara, but Clara is just, again, as a launch character, was not that effective down the line. There is some moment where it is kind of used when like a counter was a mechanic for certain end game mode, and you can see Clara being useful there. Other than that, you can have fun in MOC, like Simulated Universe or Divergent Universe. Then that's it. Ooh. Eventually, when they add enough character where they attack after getting hit, you can have just a full team of that, and then just die and reflect the damage. Okay. Now it's all my start character, therefore it's character that I use enough time that I think is important. Gwen Ivan and Shampoo should be on the list, but I don't know why it's not. Zilla, my first ever limited 5-star character. Let me take a drink. Carry, and this is honestly the initial point of why I love Quantum and also Hunt, is because Zilla, right? The E1 I didn't get early. I got a E1 from losing 50-50 when she was added to the 50-50 pool. That's how I got the E1, right? not really that relevant right now. I think most of the older character, the issue with the older character is that their Eidolon is not effective, right? Except for like E6, which is probably this E6. So like E1, E2 is like barely any help. E4 kind of is slightly useful, but it's like you see like just a 2-line of text for that Eidolon, right? If you go to like a very new character like Sireni, like look at this, it's more than 2 lines. But Zilla, very useful. Used for quite a lot of my playthrough for like clearing the end game. Back then when killing the MOC is just about killing few enemy and an elite. Then you may notice I didn't actually level fully Zilla, that's why she's also very down the list. I level up like using the material all the way until 79, and I think to myself, well, since you can naturally get XP through fighting normally, I think a lot of people forget about that, is that when fighting I think at least the old world, I'm not sure you get XP in the simulated universe or the end game content, but in the old world when you do defeat enemy you gain XP, right? So I'm like, since I'm getting XP naturally from defeating enemy, why not I just let this naturally gain the XP to level 80? I'll be saving a lot of material, thought to myself. And so you can see I did gain a significant amount, right? Like this portion is just me from fighting the enemy alone. But I kind of stopped using Zilla, so that's why it didn't go much further. But eventually, it's gonna reach level 80. That's gonna be a big moment. March 7. Hunt version of March 7, absolutely great for Topaz. Sorry, not Topaz. For Facial team, which also contain Topaz as a follow-up. That's why it's mainly being star. But speaking of which, also March 7 Preservation with the fancy new outfit was used early on, obviously, as part as a free unit. Not much else to be fair. Not much else. Was very good for freeze comp in simulated universe. Very good from the ultimate side, but other than that, not really. Herta is Herta amazing in pure fiction. Absolutely busted early on in pure fiction. Now I don't use Herta. Should really unpin her, but now I don't use Herta mainly because I have other character to help out with AoE, right? Unless there's a very specific, like where both sides need ice and I'm like running out of AoE and they really need an AoE follow-up event, let's say they increase follow-up damage, then I can see myself using Herta again. But other than that, nah, I'm good. Why use the small one when you have the big one, right? Before reaching a big one, Gallagher. Still very used right now. I'm surprised I never break your light code. Huh. Interesting. It's a mandatory character for break if you do not have Lingsha, and I do not have Lingsha, so you're always gonna see Gallagher here for my break team, and it's useful. The big AoE ultimate swipe for fire weakness. If they have fire weakness, it's amazing. And then the extra toughness over with the enhanced attack, also fucking amazing. Healing wise is alright lah. Nothing to be boasted about as for a 4-star character. But very good in terms of like helping breaking comp. Toughness, my bad. Now, for the remainder of all 5-star character, Sunday. At the end of 2.8 or 9? When? How much? Or 2.7? I can't remember. I know it's before 3.0. Didn't get Eidolon, just get the base because obviously we got teased of how Remembrance character will act, and Sunday able to help out with that, right? Yes. Yeah, Sunday was before. So we can able to see how I see the potential of like, wow, Sunday must be very useful, and it is useful. I still use Sunday now for my either Catherine team when I want to go bursty burst, or my Finon team because it also provides energy. He is so versatile that it provides action advance, energy, and advance for Memo Sprite. That's like, wow, gotta use it. I know there's one other character that use Sunday a lot. I cannot remember. But mainly for Finon team, because of the energy and the single target advancement, that really need to give the stack for Finon. Amazing. Didn't get a signature icon, but still, still pretty good. Still pretty good. Rappa. Very unfortunate. Did not had a single rerun for God know how long, man. The thing is that Rappa is pretty good if you have a big AoE team or enemy that does not have locking toughness break, as in like some enemy they're able to lock out their weakness element and not have toughness reduction damage. If you're fighting enemy that just regular can easily be broken, Rappa is pretty good, right? Pairing with your usual break team back then was like Runmei, how many Trailblazer, and even Gallagher is a pretty decent comp. Right now, it's still being used right now because of the Dahlia. We got the Dahlia, make it so that you don't need to break them to deal super break damage. So I feel like Rappa value went up a lot. But obviously this is a very needing to be AoE heavy. Why is that? Because if I want to go break at a single target, I have boot heal. Of course I have boot heal. It's the hunt. No Lycon. Sorry, not Lycon. I did not have the Lycon also, but no Eidolon. Just very good single target break character. I'll use it anytime I have a chance to able to do a single character and just do a lot of break, right? And I love boot heal as a character too. Absolutely lovely. Silverwolf, quantum character, I gotta have Silverwolf. And was the pioneer for mono quantum team. pretty good, especially when they buff Silver Wolf from single target AoE ultimate, single target ultimate to an AoE ultimate. I'm just like, yo, I somewhat hope the new Silver Wolf in the new planet is also quantum, so you give me incentive to draw more. Yeah. But Silver Wolf is amazing. Didn't get Eidolon. Don't really feel like needing it. You just gain energy. It's still decent to have energy. But yeah, pretty good investment if I have to say so myself. Use it for all my quantum team, which include Archer. It's free. Even the light cone is free. Didn't pull on his banner because it's free. And I try to use it for I really try to use Archer, but I cannot make it work because of how my Sparker is being built, which is here. My Sparker, okay, quantum, love it. Will use it in any chance I can, in any model quantum team. The SP provide by her, the action advance is just that for a character that meant to provide XP, SP skill point. I find myself keep wasting SP because I keep using the skill on a character that is heavily using SP, and I run out of SP, and when it's back to her turn, I have no SP to advance. Even if I do have SP to advance, I would not have SP to use the second character. This is kind of why I prefer Sunday, because if you advance the character and you have ultimate buff on them, you get SP back. Very friendly. Sparkle is only friendly on the ultimate side if your ultimate is not consistently up. And to be fair, her trace to gain energy per basic attack does provide a lot of energy, but it's like every like 2, it's not 2, if you're lucky it's 2, otherwise like every 3 turn you can get 3 turn of Sparkle, you can get the ultimate. It's not that it's hard to get it consistently. That's all I can say. But character wise, amazing. Cypher. Cypher. Good old Cypher used in my current Archon team. Amazing. Just her present enough. Just get enemy take more damage. It's kind of insane. And the stacking mechanic for her ultimate can also be like a big closer for the fight. Amazing. Not much to say. It's Cypher. I really love her in her story too, in Amphorius. So I have to get her. It's it's nothing much to say. Castris. Oh man, oh man. I have a lot of things to say. Castris as a remembrance. I don't have much remembrance character, right? So when I have Castris, I'm like, man, I better have remembrance character that can carry. And Castris, to be fair, does provide that role, and being a quantum, I have to get it. I think to myself, okay, if I want to make this, and I see myself not able to get more remembrance character, which I didn't, obviously, I better get her light code, because otherwise, I might as well make her being more useful than not. And so, voila, I have her light cone. Honestly, if without her light cone, I do not know how can people do well, in a sense. Because even with the light cone, I struggle using castrix, right? To be fair, there's always two methods of using. You can either stay in the terrain during the ultimate, or you can just burst it each time you have your ult up. I try both methods. I really can't tell the difference, right? And yes, castrix is strong, but I always somehow manage to get it scraped by the very last second. So I can't tell whether the enemy is so much stronger that I kind of need to use an overpowered team, or Catherine is actually not that strong in testing, or in like using. I don't know. I cannot tell. I still think Catherine is still good, but I don't know. So, it's like there's some false impression being put on me to think like Catherine is actually kind of weak. Bronya, being a launch character, either got her. I think I mainly got Bronya from the banner, from the standard banner, right? Nothing much to say to that. Is Bronya still being used for my Finon team for a bit until I discovered that, wait a second, I do not have them being speed built at all. So a lot of these characters that do advancement, you need to fine tune your speed movement, but it's so like painful to fine tune it. So I just get the generic set, get the light cone in, because I do have Bronya light cone, but Bronya light cone is being used for Sunday for being a better Bronya. The crit provided from Bronya is also the main part being good, right? But other than that, it's like Sunday does everything else so much better, right? And who said you can't have both? Which early on I did try use both to some success. Ho Ho is Ho Ho. It is my second sustained character. It's a mandatory 5-star character, mandatory character that I will use till now, right? I still use Ho Ho for almost everything. Obviously, when they give out I can never pronounce this version of Duncan. Pomasaur Terrane. I have 3 sustain now, so I'm like I can half it. Obviously, this, if I'm going to play the anomaly abbreviation, I will use all 3. But not much to say about Dragon Duncan or Water Dragon. Earth Dragon Duncan. I call the Immunilai Water Dragon. This one Earth Dragon. It's just easier in my head. Oh, okay, great unit. Nothing to say. It's just provide HP out of your turn healing, which is a big deal, and energy regen. So I mainly use her for like my dot team, since the ultimate also increase your team attack value up. So dot team can utilize that well. Fei Shao. This Fei Shao, when Fei Shao released, was really powerful, having a very unique style for ultimate, make it so that okay, go full follow-up team. Her pairing up with Topaz and the Hunt Mage, and can make well use of them, make well use of Fei Shao for again a good well. And being a hunt character, I'm like, I gotta use it, right? Nowadays, kinda whack. I don't know. I mean, I know why. it's because the enemy is stronger. Your unit won't get weaker. I don't know why I try to say whether the facial is getting weaker. No, the enemy is just way too strong to a point where facial, I found it hard to use. Or the follow-up team comp, I find it hard to use. Right. Black Swan together with Kafka is your standard dot team, right? I got Black Swan because I have Kafka. I got Kafka early again because Kafka is a 1 point something character. I got 50-50 won, so I'm like free. And Kafka, you know, it's Kafka. You want to try out. I want character that can make a new team comp,
your worthless
right?
destiny.
But it's not meeting a reliant other character. Kafka being the pioneer for Dot, I'm like, I have to try get Kafka, right? So that's how I get. That's how I have Kafka first. Then since I have Kafka, I'm like, I need a support for Kafka. Then I get Black Swan. To be fair, Black Swan is good until it isn't, or mainly how Dot isn't. And Black Swan passive doesn't really help much. So it's kind of hard. It's okay. First thing is hard to stack up, and even if you have constantly stack up and use ultimate to maintain the stack, the damage provided from the stack is not that significant to be wowzer about, right? It's still good damage, but it's not that significant. Akron, I think I talked about Akron. Got a signature like code is an anniversary character. You have to get Akron, right? Use her. She herself is her own team also, so use her with like debuffer like either Fushuan, not Fushuan. Fushuan is the Fushuan with the IPC Lycon. Seal Wolf, Cypher, heck back then I wouldn't use like Pella for a good while with Akron. Yeah, that's about it. It's an Akron team. Run Mei first was one of the best, all-time best harmony character. Still is not eased up, but still is pretty good now. But she is now put it into a purchasable 5-star character, which I still have like 2 currency to use. Potentially maybe using all on Runmei, not the worst idea. But most people won't have E1 Runmei because you'll get first Runmei because it's Runmei, and you get your purchase Runmei from the free 5-star because why not? Toughness reduction mechanic is just so busted, and the action delay also with AoE team penetration and just increased break effect, so it's very good for my break team, right? Fucking fantastic. But as the break team getting lower and lower value, I don't see me using Runmei, and my other team have their own support, so Runmei being more, because she's being so versatile, you make it think like Runmei would not be useful, because other character being more specific for a specific comp should provide more benefit on that comp, and therefore you do use those and not Runmei, right? Like, sure, I can use Runmei for Final team, amazing, but why would I do that when Sunday being more tuned for those kind of a mechanic that Final would benefit, to use better, right? So didn't use much for Runmei. Cyrene, the newest, second newest in Amphoria's team. I understand why people are like, back then there's a rumor when people leak out her kid,
This story
how
deserves a perfect ending.
Cyrene is not gonna be that good, and it's almost a bait. I think it's hugely false. It's because they say like, oh, first of all, the charging up part is, I understand, it's very slow, and I understand, it is true, it is slow, right? But And it's also an issue because most of the endgame content require you to kill them fast. And fast is not what Sarini is good at. But if you have a game mode that lasts a long while, then again, able to output Sarini Ultimate, it works. It actually does work. In fact, so much so, I even try a build with Finon, but instead of your usual Sunday buffing Finon early just to attack, I buff using Sunday on Sarini, so that every time because I want Sarini action to always be up, have her turn appear a lot so that I can use E, which gain 3 charges. It actually worked wonders for that one MOC. I actually remember the first time I tried to use it. The one MOC where I just go full rush Sarini. Is it MOC or anomaly abbreviation? One of those. Or a politic shadow. One of those. Stirring my drink, that's why I'm gonna hear some metallic sound. So still somewhat being used. Of course, it's very new, so it's still being used. The Trailblazer, I mean, all Trailblazer is free. Everyone will have each of them. Not really much to say about them. The only funny thing is that I still did not have fully unlocked Idolon for Harmony Trailblazer. In fact, I didn't even have E4. So I'm like, I have to need E4 for my new break team when I get the Dahlia. So I go out my way and just start doing Panic Only quests or getting any of the currency to unlock the Idolon. And I got it now. So I'm happy currently. I should get E6. I think E6 will be quite useful to have. But I'm currently not in the unlock of map exploration phase, right? Mainly, but I do alternate between Harmony and Remembrance. Obviously I use Remembrance more for more comp, but Harmony for obviously my break comp, right? Nothing to be said, to be fair. That's it. Himiko launch character, great. I don't remember whether I got it from standard banner or lost 50. Most likely it's standard banner, but great because AoE in pure fiction, mainly a pure fiction comp, where you just break everyone and then just do a follow-up launch. But her damage output is not that high, so not really being used much case. Don't know why she's pinned, but it's Himiko. You can't not pin Himiko, right? It's Himiko. Topaz and Namzi, same. I talked about it with Fei Shao. Just a very good sub DPS. Yeah, just a very good sub DPS. It's it, right? Tending to get to buy E1 of her. I do think E1 of her really help out with the follow-up comp quite a bit. But I decided to save it just because. Okay, near the end. Now these two should be most character that I use constantly. The Dahlia for the break team. Don't have Firefly, so my value of the Dahlia is not to its full potential, but still pretty good for my Rappa and Boot Heal. Right. Not really much to say, it's just the Dahlia. It's the newest one I got. Robin. Funny enough, here's how I got Robin. I got Robin out of pure chance because I was just trying to pull for 4-star character. Right? It was Robin banner. I was not trying to fully get Robin. I think I was trying to get for Misha, if I'm not mistaken. Misha or Gallagher. Right? So I'm like, let me just pull a bit, and I got Robin very early. I think it was like within the first 30 pull, right? I got Robin early. So, hey, Robin is useful for the follow-up team, somewhat. Occasionally when I use Robin instead of like the March Hunt. So, it's Robin, right? Boot Hill. It's Boot Hill. Didn't get much Eidolon. I don't have Eidolon for most of the characters. I rather get a character than the Eidolon because it's just more character, more fun, right? So Boot Hill, not much to say. It's Boot Hill. I talk about it. This Heartbreak team. Finon. Being Finon, you kinda need his light cone. Another reason why I need his light cone is mainly because I need to pull 200 times for
So this was my
Archer light cone. So I got really unlucky. I have to spend all 200 pull on Finon and his light cone. So I burned through my entire stash that patch. But they just give me Archer light cone for free. So not gonna
My
complain.
childhood musings.
Right.
So naive.
Finon is pretty good. Finon is quite powerful. Especially if I pair up with Remembrance, MC, and Cyrene, and Dragon Nanghen, Earth Dragon Nanghen, can shred. The things that you need to stack Cyrene in order to buff Finon to unleash full potential. Even without it, Finon does do decent. Not the best, but decent enough by itself. So, Finon. Hyselin, for dot character, nothing to say, it's just dot character, right? I discovered that I have nearly yet for 1 hour on characters. I didn't realize it. I was like, wait a second, I've just been talking for 1 hour straight. I thought it'd be a quick video just to showcase what I have. Turned out to be a long ass rant for each character. You know, it's Hyselin. Free is free. Right. Herta. Herta. The Herta, sorry. The absolute team that is, in fact, is my main team. In fact, you can see it being used right now. Is the main team for every content that allowed me to use her. Deal insane single target damage, deal insane AoE damage too, right? I'm like, what isn't there to love about her? I should get her Lycone. That's my kind of regretted not getting her Lycone. Maybe eventually down the line with a rerun, but as of now, the reason I can say that is because of what other people I can use with. Jade, amazing on people that can do a lot of AoE attack. Guess who does that? Not only that, does AoE, but a lot of time with Herta, with her ultimate able to do advance, you go skill out skill, and that's like within 1 action point for Herta, right? So Jade, if buffed and there's 5 enemy, that's 15 stack on 1 action. That's a lot. And therefore Jade, also a quantum character, that's why I get her. And I don't regret getting her. She's a menace in pure fiction,
like this collateral
obviously,
won't
and
be returned.
very useful when I have Herta and the Herta, right? Amazing, great, wonderful. They have Eidolon, don't have Light Cone, but just the basis of it is so good. Like none of them have any Eidolon or Light Cone, but I still think they are quite strong by itself. 3B being a quantum character, obviously, and a harmony character, provide quite a good buff, right? Especially the ultimate, where your whenever enemy attack, you gain ultimate charge, and your ultimate lead to other people ultimate lead to charge. You can see how these three like are basically meant for each other. I don't know how, but I feel like these three are meant for each other. And because there's already 2 quantum, I might as well like put a 3rd quantum in and use full strength as the sustain. To be fair, it's not like I need to. I can swap out with like Earth Dragon, Danghen or Ho-Ho. But having Eidolon 1 that provide the 30% increased crit damage, which is being used by Herta, I can see being highly used. Right? Highly good. Especially all of them can be dealing damage in some aspect. Holy shit. That is a long gap. And that's not even like fully what I initially want to do, because I actually want to go through all the character of why I didn't get them. So here's all the hunt character I have for some reason. For some reason, because I have the hunt, and I didn't get Blade, I vow myself I'm never gonna get any destruction character for a good while. I truly broke when I got I think Clara first, then Blade, then since I already got Clara and Blade, I might as well go for Final. Right? Other than before then, did not have Jingliu, did not have Dragon Imperial Light. No Yunli, no Firefly, no My Day. No Firefly hurt the most right now because after seeing the 3.8 patch story, kinda wish I had Firefly. No Cyber, but I'm gonna get Saber soon. As a, I mean, depend whether they gonna soon remove the banner for Fate, but since it seems to be more permanent now, so I don't think there's a need for me to do it. Right. So that's the main reason why I don't have much destruction. Right, not because I don't like their kit. I love Yunli kit. I want to try Yunli out. That's what I mean. Like I want to try Yunli, Clara, and like what Blade and My Day. Just enemy hit me, just hit them back. Right. But did not, because she's a destruction character. Right. I wish to get Argenti now because I feel like Argenti is a fun one. I wish to get Anaza. Honestly, a lot of the erudition character is kind of fun. They have some sort of mechanic to them. They just make it kind of fun. I don't know what I don't know how they keep doing it, but Argenti having 2 ultimate, essentially 2 ultimate state, sound very fun. And then Zagreus, the element implant, the essentially follow up attack. I feel like, whoa, I should get that. Why did I not get Ansa? I think I run out of money, because that was like around the same time or about for me to pull for Castrin, right? So, and I also got spent a lot for what's the full name? 3B already, so I don't think I have the fun for Neza. That's why I didn't draw for her, him. Sorry, I just need to stir this. Harmony, I got most Harmony. I'm really mad that I didn't get Seridra. I pull her banner, I got a 5-star, I lost the 50-50 and I ran out of fun, so I'm like, curse. I did initially want to say I don't want to pull, but then I'll come around to be and say like, it's kind of really good though for Final. It's kind of really good though for Final. I think I will try to pull for her rerun, if there's a rerun. Because kinda, I understand the importance of her needing for Final team. This is meant for Akron, but I don't really see a use case for it because I have a light cone already, so I feel like Akron is myself really good, so I didn't really pull. Plus I was broke at the time. This is for for Firefly mainly, break team. Not Firefly mainly lah, but Firefly you can utilize this much more than boot heal and all. Rappa, I can see Rappa being still useful for this. Actually, does boot heal one stack again? Maybe. It's a very good support essentially for break comp. Didn't get it. I think it's because I just don't have money. Preservation is kind of sad to look. There's only 4, but didn't get eventually because I was broke from drawing Akron. And no, okay, that's the false statement. I could have saved Akron Lycone and not draw Akron Lycone, draw for eventually instead. But I have Fusion, I have Ho. I think to myself, at that time there's only 2 and there's only the end game mode only need 2 comp. Why would you need a third sustain when you have 2 sufficient sustain as of now, right? Obviously, if I have Adventuring, I will swap him for follow-up team in facial, but didn't. So that happened. Same idea for Locha and Lingsha. I already have sustain. I don't need more sustain, right? Remembrance. It's just remembrance, you know. Didn't get Agalia because I heard she need quite a lot of investment, so I didn't really try to go for Agalia. Hyacinth is kinda the reason said before. It's kinda I already have sustain. Do I really need more sustain? I kinda regret not getting Hyacinth because of her unique way of healing. Kinda help out with like Castrain team, right? Evernight is I just don't really see the appeal much for Evernight, so I didn't get. Oh, that's it. That's all the character. Lycon wise, okay, just showcase through my own character because this is a showcase of what I have, right? Lycon wise, I don't really have much in terms of like 5-star Lycon. I'm not a Lycon puller. A lot of the standard pool, standard banner Lycon, I do have most of them. Bronya, Clara, Weld, like multiple Weld. The only one I don't have is like Jepat, Himiko, and look at this 2 Yanqing also, so annoying. So no, I have no Bailu also. And then we have the Herta simulated universe Lycon, which is all the one that have superimposed 5, right? And there's only Akron, Fushuan, and Finon that I got their signature Lycon. I mean, obviously this is free. It's free. And that's it. Oh, sorry, Castrain also. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 characters with that Lycon. Okay, not bad. Everything else is just 4-star. I think I got most of the 4-star. There's some character like this one I didn't get superimposed fully, but it's kind of rare. Same goes like some few one, right? And some I need multiple superimposed fights like dance. That's obviously still useful. I'm not sure there's anything else that require me to showcase. Like relic wise is relic. There's nothing much to see. Quest item. I mean, I think all this should be able to obtain as long as you play the game. So I don't think any of this is important, except for maybe like certain event. But I think all these item that you get is event that you can still use and play. Right, I think so. Valuable. Voila. This is the birthday one. This is a special one. Here's the thing and a thing. Here I have crab beats. And companion. Currently all 3. Speaking of that, I want to see my shop. DNF. Outfit wise, I only have one outfit, which is just for March 7. Didn't see much use of this outfit. And that's it. That's literally all my character. There's technically you can also showcase how my endgame works. Obviously, clear max normal domain, max go and gear, max storm disaster, max divergent universe, and gonna try to max out currency war. That one try done that, right? In terms of like, this is a mess. I cannot clear any of this. I cannot clear any of them. But I'll try. And that's it. That's literally all. An hour and 10 minutes. Thanks so much for coming by. I'm not sure how I'm gonna tie this to the 1000 days special. Maybe I'll put it as a special card so you click on. But that's all. Thanks so much for coming by. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.